Let's talk muscle cars. They're more than just cars. They're a piece of American history. Born in the 1960s, these cars were all about power, big engines, sleek designs. They roared with a sound that could make your heart pound. Muscle cars weren't just about speed, they were about freedom, the open road, the thrill of the drive. These cars embodied a sense of rebellion. They were a symbol of American ingenuity and power. From the streets of Detroit to the drag strips of California, muscle cars ruled. Dodge, Ford, and Chevy, three iconic brands locked in a battle for supremacy. Their rivalry pushed the limits of automotive engineering. It created some of the most legendary cars ever built. But who reigns supreme? Let's pop the hood and find out. Dodge has always been the tough guy on the block. Their muscle cars, pure attitude. They weren't afraid to push boundaries, to be different. Take the Charger, for example, a beast of a car with a menacing look, or the Challenger, a true icon that made a comeback and took the muscle car world by storm. Dodge was all about raw power, big block engines that shook the ground. They were the underdog, the rebel with a cause, and their cars reflected that spirit. Dodge muscle cars were built for one thing: to dominate. Ford. The name is synonymous with American muscle, and no car says Ford muscle like the Mustang. When it hit the scene in 1964, it changed everything. It was sleek, sporty, affordable. The Mustang created a whole new category of car, the pony car. But Ford didn't stop there. They kept pushing the limits. The Mustang Boss 302, the Shelby GT 500. These cars were built for the track. They were lean, mean, and they dominated. Ford's legacy is built on innovation, on pushing the boundaries of performance. They created a legend with the Mustang, and they've been living up to it ever since. Chevy, the heart of American muscle. They were there from the beginning, and they came to win. The Camaro, their answer to the Mustang, a car that became an icon in its own right. With its sleek lines and powerful engine, the Camaro was a force to be reckoned with. And then there's the Corvette, America's sports car, a legend that has been turning heads for decades. With its fiberglass body and powerful V8 engine, the Corvette was in a class of its own. Chevy's muscle cars were all about performance and style. They were the cars that everyone wanted, the cars that defined an era. Section 5. Engines roar, designs dazzle, comparing the titans. Now let's dive into the heart of these beasts and talk about what's under the hood: Dodge, Ford, and Chevy. Each of these iconic brands had their own unique approach to building muscle cars, and it shows in their performance and design. Dodge was all about raw, unfiltered power. Their engines were massive, designed to deliver an adrenaline-pumping experience. They produced tons of horsepower and torque, making them a force to be reckoned with on the drag strip. They were the undisputed kings of the drag strip, dominating with sheer brute strength. Ford, on the other hand, aimed for a more balanced approach. They wanted a car that could handle well and go fast, offering a thrilling yet controlled driving experience. Their engines were smaller than Dodge's, but they were still plenty powerful, delivering impressive performance. Chevy was the most refined of the three, always pushing the envelope in terms of performance and handling. They were constantly looking for ways to improve, making their cars not just powerful, but also efficient and agile. Their engines were a perfect blend of power and efficiency, making them a favorite among enthusiasts. But it wasn't just about the engine. The design of these cars played a huge role in their appeal. Design was a battlefield in the muscle car wars, with each brand striving to outdo the others. Each brand had its own unique style, making their cars instantly recognizable and iconic in their own right. Section 6. Pedal to the metal performance that defines an era. When it came to performance, these cars were in a league of their own, setting benchmarks that others could only dream of. They were fast, powerful, and they sounded amazing with a roar that could send shivers down your spine. Dodge was known for its straight-line speed, dominating the drag strips with unparalleled acceleration. Their cars could rocket down the quarter mile faster than almost anything else on the road, leaving competitors in the dust. Ford, on the other hand, was more well-rounded. Their cars were fast in a straight line, but they could also handle corners with precision and grace. They were the perfect choice for both the drag strip and the road course, offering versatility that few could match. Chevy was the most refined of the three, blending performance with sophistication. Their cars were fast and handled well, offering a driving experience that was both thrilling and smooth. They were also more comfortable to drive than some of their competitors, making them a favorite for long drives. But performance wasn't just about numbers or statistics. It was about the feeling you got when you were behind the wheel, the connection between man and machine, the roar of the engine, a symphony of power and engineering, the smell of the gasoline, a scent that signaled raw power and potential, the way the car responded to your every input, making you feel alive and in control. Section 7. Brand loyalty and the thrill of the ride. Muscle cars weren't just about the cars themselves, they were about the people who drove them, the fans, the enthusiasts, the people who lived and breathed American muscle. Dodge, Ford, and Chevy, they all had their loyal followers, people who would bleed their brand's colors. And the rivalry between these brands was just as fierce among the fans as it was on the track. But no matter what brand you rooted for, there was one thing that united all muscle car fans: a love of the open road, the thrill of the drive, the feeling of freedom that came with getting behind the wheel of a powerful machine. Section 8, and the winner is the spirit of American muscle. So, who reigns supreme in this timeless battle of horsepower and design? Dodge, Ford, Chevy? Each has its own legion of devoted fans. It's a question that has been debated for decades, sparking countless discussions and friendly rivalries. And there's no easy answer. Each brand brings something unique to the table. Each brand has its own strengths and weaknesses. Dodge with its raw power, Ford with its innovative engineering, and Chevy with its iconic style. Each has its own unique history and legacy, contributing to the rich tapestry of American automotive culture. But in the end, it's not really about who wins or loses. It's about the cars, the passion, the community that surrounds them, the spirit of American muscle. It's a celebration of freedom, power, and the open road. These cars represent a time when America was at its most innovative, when anything was possible, when the roar of an engine symbolized the heartbeat of a nation. So the next time you see a muscle car on the road, take a moment to appreciate it. Think about the craftsmanship and the history behind it. Listen to the rumble of its engine, admire its sleek design, feel the connection to a bygone era, and remember the era that it came from. An era of bold designs and even bolder dreams. The muscle car wars may be over. The fierce competition has given way to a shared appreciation, but the legend lives on. In every rev of the engine and every gleaming chrome detail, the spirit of American muscle endures.